Shall we start? No? Ladies first?
No, say it, because I think it sounds really nice with your accent.
What, Archwell Audio?
Yeah.
Archwell Audio.
I mean...
Really?
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Today is December 22nd, 2022. It is, what time is it? It is 6 a.m. I was editing some videos since a couple of days, so I wanted to get them out of the way. And I still have more videos to go back to and edit. But I want to record some new stuff right now. Okay, new subscribers, welcome. I'm probably going to do maybe 2 or 3 videos because there's a lot of... links, a lot of tweets to share with you, but this one I think is gonna focus mostly on other videos like this one I have right here. Let's get started. This is Dr. Shola. Quote, the real villain in the persecution of Harry and Meghan Markle is the royal family, an institutional power that support a system created to protect white privileged men like Jeremy Clarkson, to oppress those it's targeted, to racialize and marginalize. Okay, let's see here. So she retweeted from Reed video where she went interviewed. The royal family is the most powerful and oldest family in Britain. They tacitly fed, approved, turned a blind eye to a toxic combination of misogyny, racism, and sexism against Meghan Markle, a member of their own family. The read out. All right, so let's listen.
I knew that there is racism there. It's different from the racism here. But wow. And I knew that there was like jealousy and envy inside the firm to the newer, sort of fresher, interesting members. But wow, wow, and wow. Talk about what's going on with Meghan Markle and the royals.
I think, first of all, there is no difference, okay, between the racism that plays out in the United States and the racism that plays out in the United Kingdom. There is an
That's what I was thinking when she said that, but I held back a little bit. I'm like, racism is racism. Once they look at your skin color, whatever mentality they have against your skin tone, you know, it's the same thing. People should not be judged by your skin color. But let's listen to Dr. Shola. She's right so far. Obviously, Dr. Shola is brilliant.
Institutional power in place that supports a system that allows white privileged men like Jeremy Clarkson to get published with such vitriol because there is a system in place that targets those that it wishes to oppress by racializing and marginalizing them. This is white privilege, everybody. Welcome to white privilege. And the reality here...
But you know what? In my world, he is a baggage for God. Okay? All of them who feel like this is the way they should counteract in the Lord's creation. So I'm sending it right back to God and say, you sent us here to do something, to take care of the earth, but yet you also send these people to prevent us from doing your work. So baggage for God. All right, let's continue.
When it comes to the royal family, let me tell you, my biggest takeaway, aside from their beautiful love story, of course, is that the real villain in the persecution of Harry and Meghan is the royal family. The royal family is the most powerful and oldest family in Britain, right? And part of one of the oldest institutions. They tacitly approved, turned a blind eye to a toxic combination of misogyny, racism, and sexism against Meghan Markle, a member of their own family. Now, people, please, how am I meant to trust the King, the Charles, his Queen Consort Camilla, or Prince William, or any of the senior royals, when they cannot even protect their own? If they cannot stand up and support their own in terms of mental health, why should I take them seriously when they talk about mental health?
Bingo. Every time I see, I come across a tweet that shows them doing mental health, the first thing that I do, I search for that, what is it? I think it's the thing about Shout. Okay, I search for that link, put it there. They should not be talking about advocating for mental health, because they're putting people in those institutions and then they're pretending they're helping them. This is the two-face of these people. The same thing they're doing with taxpayers' money. Oh, we need taxpayers' money so we could be in existence to highlight your charitable work. Okay, if you were doing the good things, you don't need charity. Okay, you speak to whoever the laws are, okay, to make sure the people are being taken care of. But instead, no, they only care of themselves, put in their pockets. It's the same cycle of things. Why should we trust them with mental health when they're actually putting people in mental institution? And they love, oh my God, that's one of their favorite things. They love to call people crazy. Look how they did with Princess Diana, even her son. All right, let's continue.
They cannot address issues of racism within their own institution, within their own family. Why should I trust them for one single second that they're looking out for somebody like me? So I think that the biggest takeaway is that the family does not want to change. But listen, this is 2022, people. And I've always questioned the relevance of the monarchy. It's outrightly incompatible with the hard-fought rights that common people like me, those before me, have fought for. It makes no sense. And they keep abusing the power that they have simply for their own use. The only good thing that the royal family...
There's the thing I just said. They only take care of themselves. All right? Let me move it back slightly. It's almost done.
Abusing the power that they have simply for their own use. The only good thing that the royal family have been able to achieve in all of its existence is its own survival.
That is true. Let me read some of the comments here. Okay, you went there, Shola, and I'm glad you did. Okay, no doubt it's plain for everyone to see. Shameful, as she never stood a chance in that family. Okay, yes, the good Dr. Shola came through and said what needed to be said on national American television live. I watched it real time and was cheering you on. Speak the truth. Okay. Presenter says, quote, I knew the racism in UK is different to racism here. We all caught the same thing. I sincerely think the Sussexes would have thought twice about moving to many areas in USA to bring up a mixed race son. My partner is from Montecito, lives in Sussex. Call it a swap. Okay, one. Okay, so where's the rest? Oh, there's more in here. Okay, growing up in Brooklyn, his parents have just had to have, okay. His parents have to have the conversation with him about what to say or not to say when he gets stopped by a cop to avoid getting shot dead. Montecito is a world away. It's a super rich ghetto. Super rich ghetto. All right, let's see here. Eventually, I mean, once he gets older, I'm sure the same thing. The mistake Miss Doria made with Meghan, I'm sure they're not gonna make the same mistake. Although, when you look at Archie, their skin color is completely, you know, they pretty much look white. But I think, knowing their position, I think they both of them have to talk to the kids about that. Okay? At a certain age, obviously, they're too young for that. Right now, the kids are in La La Land. They don't even know what their parents are going through. But at some point, I think they will address it. So the same mistake that Miss Doria did with Meghan, not addressing this type of things with Meghan, you know, so they will explain it to Archie and Lily. All right, let's do what's on the screen, because I have a lot of other videos. I think the next one is Dr. Shola. Okay, I watch You were fantastic. Spitting fact, God, I love this woman. 100% without a doubt. Shola, 100%. I know for a fact that if I could live in a country that I hated and made me unhappy, okay, I know for a fact that if I could not live in a country that I hated and made me unhappy, I will be so resentful that it had made me so full of hatred that I would almost certainly have to live somewhere else. Well done. Thank you, Dr. Shola. All right, let's go to the next tweet. All right, I think it's Dr. Shola as well. Okay, that's a different one. Jeremy Clarkson action against Meghan Markle epitomized how the abuse of and violence against women in Britain has been normalized. I was very shocked. I don't know why I went and covered this, but there was, I think it was Euro 2020, and it took place in UK. And one of the things that I focus on for some reason, okay, it was women abuse, domestic violence. And one of the statistics that came out of that, it says that during major football matches, okay, let me pause this so YouTube don't flag this video because I'm not even talking about it right now. The thing that came out was that during major football matches in the UK, a lot of women get abused. And if in the household, if that particular whoever the husband is cheering for loses, the woman get beat up even more. So this is a very toxic place when it comes to, you know, domestic violence. All right, so let's read this. Did I finish with that? Okay, it sends a vessel. Okay, let's start. Jeremy Clarkson's action against Meghan Markle epitomized how the abuse of and violence against women in Britain has been normalized. It sends a visceral message to women that we are not safe, particularly ethnic minority women, on Channel 4 News. This is why Sister Place is available, okay? Because we already know when it comes to your skin color, there's issues over there. If you go to a place, I'm assuming now, this is my assumption, if you live in the UK, you are a black person, a black woman who's been violently abused by your husband, and if you go to, let's say, a major place for you to get help, most likely they will turn you away and they pretend whatever it is that they do once they see a black skin. So Sister Place was available for these women, and you start hearing also, oh my God, the vile thing that I was reading under that post, it's unbelievable. And I think that video, it's live right now. There it is, this one. I couldn't think of a picture to put on it, so I was like, God, this is for you. Take care of that. Let's see, only 8 people. Let's see here. Usually if I had put a picture of Meghan or Harry or Archie, people will flood to it, but I just put that, and you see it's not giving that much traction. But anyway, let's listen to it. Okay.
His actions epitomize how the abuse of and violence against women in Britain has been normalized. It means that if you can have Meghan Markle, a member of one of the oldest and most powerful families in Britain, be dehumanized and abused with impunity, it sends a visceral message to the rest of us women that we are not safe, particularly ethnic minority women.
Clarkson's column came after the last 3 episodes of Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary were released. In it, the Duchess of Sussex said tabloid attacks had led to online death threats.
Meghan just needs to die. Someone needs to kill her. Maybe it should be me. And he's just like, okay.
This is purely crazy. Baggage for God. Whenever you hear this kind of things, you come across any of this negativity, baggage for God. Don't put any sin on your conscience, because if you start saying things, you don't want to add more negativity into the universe. Just say baggage for God. God knows what each one of us can carry. Alright? So baggage for God.
That's like what's actually out in the world.
Yeah.
Because of people creating hate.
His actions epitomize
starting over.
how
I always say, just out of the blue, as my humble opinion, based on things that I've read, I'd be like, evil originated in the UK. Oh my God. I'm being proven to be true. My goodness. All right, let's read some. The dissonance he claims to have astonished me. I mean, who would use openly hateful speech and not expect to cause someone's pain? Jeremy Clarkson needs to be banned from telly. What he said is toxic and encourage others to think and feel the same way. I like to see him cancel. Does he have a show? I don't know. Okay, Dr. Shola, you are the voice of the voiceless. Yeah. Okay, I love Jeremy Clarkson. Okay, speaks for the majority of normal people. You call that normal? Okay, if you feel this way, okay, there's the boomerang. It needs to be sent back to you if you feel this is normal. Okay, people need to feel and experience someone else's pain in order for them to understand what the person is going through. Alright, so I'm not even gonna go into that. Okay, and hear me out. We need to stop giving time to people like Clarkson when they do stuff like this. Instead of 800 news articles, we just turn our backs. Okay, like the great Morgan Freeman said, quote, just stop talking about it, and quote, that means engaging with it too. I agree, but sometimes we need to address it. Okay, to a certain extent. Everything needs to be to a certain extent. I agree with this person, but to a certain extent. Let's see here. Yes, because African women are treated so well in their countries, aren't they? Okay, especially when it's sanctioned by the royal family, who said nothing after Queen Camilla had invited Clarkson just prior to the article, and we all know she loves Meghan. Alright, baggage for God. Baggage for God. Just baggage for God. Next tweet. This is Peter Hunt. Okay, another example of royal issuing personal statements when it suits them. This one just last month on violence against women. Let's see here, royal family. Today, a remarkable group of people gathered at Buckingham Palace with one aim: to see the end of violence against women. Oh my God. This is how they're playing with people's mind over there. They're encouraging the stuff. They're stirring the pot. And then they're pretending in front, this is what they're all about. Oh my God, Lord, I don't know. You need to do something with these people. Oh my God, to see the end of violence against women and girls, I was deeply moved and inspired by their story. The same group of people, these two, who pretty much traumatized Princess Diana. Oh my God. With determination and courage, we will see the end of these heinous crimes forever. Camilla. Okay, you're just a baggage for God. No wonder why Chuck liked you, because Princess Diana was too good. Princess Diana was too good for him. Okay, Peter, I'm sad that you're so unhappy. You only have one life. Try and make it a happy one. I'm sure your family will appreciate that. Okay, very happy. Even managed to smile occasionally, I'm told. Okay, Camilla supporting abused women by holding an official function where a female guest is verbally harassed is ironic. That Camilla is seen attending a luncheon with two of Meghan's well-known abusers is next level. This is what I'm saying. Okay, Camilla may be determined, but she is not courageous. I don't know how anyone could look up to her. What does the R in her signature stand for? It's always PR act for them. Nothing comes from their hearts, and they have proved themselves to be only about talks and not action. Okay, has this family always been this messy, or is this a new thing since Charles slowly took control? That's a very good point in terms of slowly taking control. Look how leading to the Queen's death, how he's taking over certain things slowly, once he got in, and then the Queen died. Oh my God, these people are vile. The thing that's going in my mind of what I think happened. Oh my God.
And I'm just making sure that she's, protected and got the right people around.
Well,
they all are baggage for God. Okay, has his family always been this messy, or is this a new thing since Charles slowly took control? The invisible contract is 30 years old. That's all to do with Charles and Di, right? Okay, it's just one mess right after the other. Okay, Queen Consort Camilla is fraud. If she cared, she would have spoken. She invited those people to come to dinner with her. And I even said in one tweet that I respond to, and I was like, that's where the plan originated. And then to have the okay from the palace to do that. Baggage for God. Baggage for God, that's all. And you, Princess Diana, continue do your work. Okay, it's not over. Okay, Queen Consort Camilla is forward. If she cares, she would have spoken. Everything they do is simply PR and chasing adoration. Okay, they pose and Brits pay for their lifestyle. Hey, that's for the Brits. Next tweet. Oh my lord, this is really ridiculous. May God continue to protect the Sussexes. Alright, next tweet. Okay, this is a video. I didn't listen to it. And the next one, James O'Brien, Omid Tik Tok. Okay, so couple videos to come. Alright, Emma Jones hacked off, called out BBC Clark, okay, BBC Lovak for not asking Victoria Newton, Sun editor, about Jeremy Clarkson last Sunday. She goes on to say that IPSO is a sham, as the share was supposed to go and have a cozy supper with Rupert Murdoch. It's laughable. You see, I've mentioned to you guys before about IPSO. This is an organization. I still have the screenshot. I'll put it. It's supposed to overlook journalists in the UK, I think. That's what I remember from reading it. Let's listen. 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
On the show.
She was on Laura Kuenssberg's show on Sunday, but she wasn't asked about this story, which seemed to me to be a very strange thing, given this on Sunday was the thing that everybody was talking about. But there's this sort of strange relationship whereby I think people are scared of asking difficult questions to newspaper editors like Victoria Newton because they're frightened of the consequences, perhaps, of doing that. And when you look at Meghan Markle's treatment, you can see exactly why they might be frightened about asking difficult questions. They're frightened of the consequences, perhaps, of doing that. And when you look at Meghan Markle's treatment, you can see exactly why they might be frightened about asking difficult questions. They're frightened of the consequences, perhaps, of doing that. And when you look at Meghan Markle's treatment, you can see exactly why they might be frightened about asking difficult questions. They're frightened of the consequences, perhaps, of doing that. And when you look at Meghan Markle's treatment, you can see exactly why they might be frightened about asking difficult questions. Frightened about asking difficult questions.
Ipso has received more complaints about this than any other article in its history.
Let me pause for a second. I have, when we see credit, we have to give credit where credit is due, because there are some women who are speaking up. Okay, some women in the UK are speaking up.
Would you want to see Ipso do?
Well, I mean, I think it's really good that Caroline Noakes and across party MPs have written to Ipso, to the Sun, and asked them for an explanation. But I would also like to see the government and those MPs have tough conversations with colleagues about why there isn't any legislation in place that really opposes this sort of thing and stops this sort of thing happening. So I think on the one hand, I'd like to see something happen governmentally. In terms of Ipso, I mean, I think the whole body is a sham.
This is why Harry doesn't call those newspapers to, don't ask IPSO to review anything from those papers that talks about him. He just goes straight to court.
Yesterday, the chair of Ipso was supposed to go to Rupert Murdoch's house to have supper, a cosy supper at his Mayfair flat. This was only cancelled when Jim Waterson of The Guardian exposed this story, and suddenly he ran away from it and said, he's not going there.
My God.
In my mind, that means that it is not an independent body.
That's
Closing
right.
up to Rupert Murdoch when you are supposedly the chair of an independent complaints body, which is supposed to scrutinise the very thing that he does, it makes absolutely no sense. It's laughable, frankly. So I'm not expecting anything from Ipso. I think they'll just be hoping that this goes away. There might, there might be some sort of mention, some sort of, a committee formed whereby they talk about this very specific type of article. But
you could see why they do those kind of phone hacking and all of that. It's to trap people. It's to trap people, for people to do things that they want to be done. This is what I get out of this. And it seems like it's one person who's running that damn country over there. Baggage for God. Baggage for God. People need to live their lives.
I mean, goodness me, I would not be holding my breath.
That's the thing.
Sure.
Harry doesn't trust. Oh, so they call it IPSO. I call IPSO like a abbreviation. IPSO. All right, let's read some of the comment. She's right. IPSO is a real shame. Okay, well done, Emma. All right. If these governing bodies are cozying up to these platforms, how are we going to hold the media accountable? If you watch the video where I did the review with Caroline Flack's mom, this is the thing that she said. If Harry, who is rich, cannot take on the newspapers, what does it say about the regular people like you and me? You know, so we need to do something about it. And the other thing that crossed my mind is that when I first started looking into what the UK is all about, okay, the stuff, whatever, one of the things I remember saying, I don't know if anybody remember, is that many of these people who are holding very important position in the UK, they are all friends from schools. Okay, so they maintain that friendship in every position. When one of them is in trouble, all right, they already know what to do when someone come to them for complaint. All right, no phone call needs to be made, no nothing needs to be, they already know because they are a group of friends, and then they usually have dinners together, hang out, and all of that. So the system in the UK is being governed by those people, high classes, who's been friends since they were kids. Okay, so many of these positions should be elected, not just given. Some of them are elected, you know, you have to run for it, but yeah. But anyway, that's it. Let's go to the next one. I see James O'Brien. I think this video is like 9 minutes. Let's see. Is that it? How many minutes it is?
Retract my claim that one was more important.
I can see it. Yeah, 9 minutes and 53 seconds. Okay, this is Britain in 2022. James O'Brien doesn't know whether to laugh or cry at the Daily Mail asking if royals blew a giant raspberry at Meghan Markle by wearing burgundy and also white. This, I don't know if I shared this. Whoever is new, check my community board, because I usually put screenshot of things that's going on Twitter, and if I don't share them on a video, most likely I will take some screenshot, put it on my community board. So it was during one of those Christmas events where all the women, including the little girl of William, wear a burgundy coat. So that was supposed to make a snub at Meghan, who said when she was over there she didn't wear any colors. But it sort of backfired because people were making fun of them on social media. But let's see here. I read that. Let's listen to James.
So there's actually two questions on the front page. I'd like to retract my claim that one was more important than the other, because this question actually is at the top of the front page, although it's not technically the headline, the front page headline. Was the Great Royal Burgundy Parade a cheeky swipe at Meghan? That is the question I'm going to ask you to answer. I think it might have to be confined to female callers, or particularly fashion-conscious males. Was there a little bit of everyday sexism there? Presuming that women are going to be more qualified to comment upon the sartorial choices? I don't think there is. Oddly, I'm reading a lovely book set in the 50s, and the children in the book have to go to a dance, and one of the mothers points out it's easy for the boys, they just wear their school suits, but the girls, and they're only like 12 or 13, the girls are obsessing about handbags and gloves and what they're going to wear, and shawls and cardigans and shoes, and it hasn't changed at all, has it? You're going to a formal occasion as a bloke, it's a piece of cake. If you're going as a woman, you've got all sorts of considerations and contemplations, pontifications, potential issues to consider. But this is actually 2 pages. This is across 2 pages of the...
You know what was said? I have to stop somewhere. You know what was really said with the nonsense that these royals put the show in? Is that young lady, William's daughter, they made her participate in it. This is why I'm saying I don't see how those kids are gonna learn anything different. It will take a miracle for these kids to be somewhat decent human being.
Daily Mail, and the contention of this article is that the Duchess of Whatsits and her sister, so Kate and Pippa Middleton, and one of their daughters and Zara Phillips. I don't want to misrepresent this story. They all wore similar coloured coats, right? Don't look at me like that. This is important. This is on page 2 and 3 of the best-selling newspaper in the country. So Pippa and Kate Middleton, as they were before they got married, and Charlotte, who I think is she's a princess, right? Yeah, Princess Charlotte, and oh no, that's not Zara Phillips. I do apologise. That's Sophie something. No, that is Zara
Zara's
Phillips.
there. Zara's there. I'll look for a picture of it and put a screenshot for you guys what he's talking about.
So 4 members of the royal family wore similar coloured coats. Right? Are you writing this down? Are you taking notes? 4 members. There is a question coming up at the end of this. I'll tell you what the question is, in case you've forgotten. Was the Great Royal Burgundy Parade a cheeky swipe at Meghan? So the rationale here is, you can tell I'm not using a tablet, can't you? 4 members of the royal family wore similar coloured coats. And that colour was a form of burgundy. I mean, to my untutored eye, there are 4 different shades of burgundy. Although possibly the one that Zara Phillips and the one that Pippa Middleton are wearing are quite similar.
One thing the taxpayers should be asking is that did they went out just to do this stupid stunt, okay, with the taxpayers' money? Like, where do they get their money? Maybe Pippa Middleton, maybe her own money, but to do this stupidity out of the taxpayers' money, all right?
So 4 members of the royal family wore a coat of a similar colour. I know what you're thinking, don't be ridiculous, that's not evidence of anything, but, ready? On closer inspection, however, it transpired that Prince William was wearing a tie also of a similar colour, as indeed was Mike Tyndall.
Oh, he was there too?
Complimenting Zara. By the way, it's that Christmas. It's the colour of a poinsettia. It's the colour that almost everybody associates with Christmas, isn't it? Well, not quite. It's not as red as a point, but it's a burgundy colour. It's a Christmassy colour. And that's the story. Here is the question the Daily Mail asks its readers today. Had Kate sent some colour edict out to the in-laws and her own family, or had they all become simultaneously besotted with 50 shades of burgundy? So the idea is this, and I don't think I can turn this into a phone-in topic. I'm losing the will to live just explaining it to you. But I'm going to try. The idea is this. Don't look at me like that. This is important stuff. This is on page 2 and 3 of the best-selling newspaper in the country. So Meghan said something in the documentary about how it's quite hard to know what to wear because you can't clash with the Queen and you don't want to stand out too much, and you know, you have to worry a bit about well, that's it really. She said you can't,
not to shadow the Queen or whatever. But the thing that I think they did this for is that there's so many shitty stuff that's going on in the UK with the royal family, so they want to create, you know, this is a nonsense thing, okay? Wearing different color because of what Meghan said, to do a jab at Meghan, whatever. There's too many shady stuff going on with their family, so they need to distract people. This is like another scroll, but let's continue. Listen. Oh my God, only 4 minutes.
Wear the same colour as the Queen. Of course, we don't have a Queen at the moment, so I don't know how you disprove her. You can't wear the same colour as the late Queen when she was alive. And the Daily Mail has extrapolated from that observation the suggestion that Kate Middleton rang around all her relatives and told them all to wear burgundy in order to blow a giant raspberry, Daily Mail's words, not mine, at Meghan and Harry. Not just Meghan. So Meghan said something in the documentary, in the Netflix documentary. I'll tell you exactly what she said because this stuff's important. She said,
you know, another thing we get out of that is that they watch the documentary, so they give Meghan and Harry some boost on being #1. Okay, number of watch hours as well. So they said they weren't gonna watch it, but they watch it anyway. Hey, thanks for that. And then at the same time, make a fool of yourself after you finish watching.
Said there was, to my understanding, you can't ever wear the same colour as Her Majesty at a group event, but you should also never be wearing the same colour as one of the other more senior members of the family. And the Daily Mail writes, well, it seems some senior royals didn't get that particular memo, Meghan. She's complained about not getting enough help understanding what she should and shouldn't have been doing, or
There
being
it
hung out
is.
to dry. And here she is, apparently demonstrating evidence that something she believed isn't necessarily the case, although she's...
There it is. They're proving Meghan right again. That's exactly that. All right? Instead of telling her, but you expect her to figure everything out. And each time she figures something out, you raise the bar. All right? So they're showing Meghan exactly what Meghan was saying. How stupid these people are.
talking about a world in which the Queen was alive, and we no longer live in a world in which the Queen is alive. So here is the question. Here is the burning question of the moment. Oh, hang on, no, because two people turned up who weren't wearing burgundy. Ah, that's going to spoil the Daily Mail's theory, isn't it? Oh, rats. So flipping Camilla and Sophie turned up not wearing burgundy. How are we going to tie them into the claim that everyone wore burgundy in order to blow a giant raspberry at Meghan and Harry? Hang on, let me have a think. So we're running an article about how they all wore burgundy in order to blow a giant raspberry at Meghan and Harry for reasons. But actually, the most senior female in the royal family wore white. How? And so did one of the King's sisters-in-law. How are we going to... Hang on, how about this? Okay, so, right, I've got a picture of 4 women, 3 women and a girl in a burgundy coat, and 2 blokes wearing burgundy ties, right? And the headline is, so was the Royals Burgundy Fest just a giant raspberry to Meghan and Harry? But now I've got pictures of 2 women in white coats. This isn't the first time white coats have popped into my mind while covering this sort of journalism. I've got to be honest with you. So now there's a picture of 2 women in white coats. How on earth can we deploy the women who turned up in white coats to support our suggestion that everyone wore burgundy to blow a giant raspberry at Meghan and Harry? Okay, this is what they did. I'm not even joking. So they wore white. So the headline above those 2 pictures of people not in burgundy is this. And was this also a sartorial swipe by Camilla and Sophie? So everyone is blowing a giant raspberry at Harry and Meghan by wearing burgundy, and the people who didn't wear burgundy, they're also undertaking a sartorial. So, as I understand it, whatever they wore, if they turned up dressed as Mr. Blobby, it would have been a cheeky swipe at Harry and Meghan. It would have been a sartorial swipe at Harry, or it would have been a giant raspberry at Meghan. So that's the question.
This thing is so stupid.
That is the question.
So stupid.
I've only got to get this up to 11:45. But if you ring me, I will take your calls.
How many more minutes?
Do you think
Oh shit, it's still going.
that 3 members of the royal family wore burgundy coats? One of them put a burgundy coat on her daughter, and some of the men wore burgundy ties, while Camilla and Sophie Wessex wore white coats in order to blow a giant raspberry at Meghan Markle and Harry. I almost crave someone who agrees with this. Who is this mythical Daily Mail reader for whom this stuff is designed? The person who goes, oh, well, what you don't understand, James, is. So that is the question. I'm going to do something else after the break if no one wants to play this game. And I'm not going to lie to you. I will be staggered if you do. Yeah, quite a lot of you thinking of the Anchorman films. I'm not surprised. But here it is. Here is the question. Was the Great Royal Burgundy Parade a cheeky swipe at Meghan? That's the question I want you to answer. Did Kate Middleton and her sister, Zara Phillips, as was Zara Tyndall, she is now, you saw her husband in the jungle, and Princess Charlotte all wear burgundy? Do you think they said to her? Do you think the little princess said, Mummy, why am I wearing a burgundy coat? And Mummy said, well, it's we're blowing a giant raspberry at your auntie Meghan and Uncle Harry. And this kid, who's what? She's 6. She'd probably have said, do you not think that's a bit immature, Mum?
That's what I'm saying.
Or did they just dress her up against her will in a burgundy coat in order to throw shade at Harry and Meghan? Because that would be the kind of thing, if Meghan did it, they'd get absolutely livid about. This is Britain in 2022. We've got industrial action up and down the country. We've got a cost of living crisis, the likes of which you wouldn't believe. We've got warm banks opening on British High Street so that vulnerable people can sit somewhere without freezing to death. And 2 pages of the best-selling newspaper in the country are suggesting to you that Kate Middleton and her sister Zara Tindall, and a little princess all wear burgundy coats in order to throw a giant raspberry at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Obsessed, us? Obsessed? Unhinged? No, because there's two other women in the royal family wearing white coats, and that's also proof that they all wore burgundy in order to throw a giant raspberry at Harry and Meghan.
Oh my god, the stupidity that's going over there. Let's see here. Here's the question. Why did the story show up on multiple tabloids, The Guardian, The Sun, if it wasn't a leak? Meghan said royals don't wear the same color or neutral white, and then they all show up dressed the same in burgundy or white immediately after the show aired. That's because they watched it, these people. Let's see here. Okay, hard to believe it's true, but at the same time, the royal family is known to behaving childishly at events like Harry and Meghan's wedding, the 2020 Commonwealth ceremony, or the funeral. Journalists confirm many nasty leaks about Meghan come from KP. I won't put something this petty and childish past them. Yeah, past them. Alright, the shocking part is that since this story showed up in multiple papers, there's a high likelihood it was leaked, briefed. That means that the palace or whoever wanted the story out was actually part of it. That's the part that blows my mind. Yep. Okay, they are looking like a high school mean girls on the world stage. What an embarrassment. I don't know if I share this one on, I don't think I did a video about it, but I don't know if I put it on my community, but exactly, they should be ashamed. The only thing I get out of it, at least they watch the documentary. Alright, I didn't want to think so, but after seeing the picture and knowing the pettiness of the royal mean girls, well, yeah, they would. Okay, all smug and proud, striding into a church to celebrate the birth of Jesus, he who taught humility, generosity, kindness, and compassion. They all are baggage for God. And the worst thing is, a lot of the things that they be doing toward Meghan, they're doing in another church. So, baggage for God. God is seeing all of them for what it is. Next tweet. This is Omid who put something about TikTok. Okay, a British paper called Azealia Banks unhinged. Okay, she came for the entire country. Let's see here, 56 seconds.
The thing the UK needs to be worried about right now is Brexit, okay? How's that working out for you, okay? I heard the children are starving. I heard the kids are in class without a meal. I heard that the apples and the strawberries are rotting in the fucking fields because you guys were so xenophobic and you sent all the Eastern European homes and y'all are too fucking lazy to get up off of y'all fucking English asses to go pick the fucking shit yourself.
That's the thing I be sharing with you, and that part where I said about the history of American when the settlers came in. All right, you have the Indians showing them how to do certain things, how to take care of the land, how to hunt, how to fish, how to grow corn, and all of that. Nope, they kill them for their food. They won't do it. That's the same thing repeating it, and that's what I got from her thing. I'm moving it slightly back, like right here.
Off of y'all fucking English asses to go pick the fucking shit yourself.
Yeah.
And
it's
don't talk about unhinged. Don't talk about unhinged, honey. That Ribena is not gonna save you, baby. When that scurvy hit and them teeth are flying out your goddamn mouth like two fucking saloon doors, then we'll talk about unhinged.
Alright, let's see some of the comments. Okay, Rebekah, Azealia is right, everyone in the world, but the British are aware the UK is falling apart and many of its institutions are considered a joke. I used to want to take a trip to the UK, now I refuse to spend a dime in that country. Okay, considering the teeth are already rotten and most mouths, she's truth teller. Look, glass house and all, but how many prime ministers did the UK have this year? And how long did someone wait in line to see an empty casket? This, I could never believe it. Okay, and we won't get started on how your media treated our favorite Duchess and her family. Alright, British media, Azealia is unhinged. Azealia, burn everything down. It's for some of you who are new, look at the video that I did. What did I call it? I'll put the screenshot. I can think of it because I cut it into different section. What what is it? Illusion video. I have that almost at the end. Okay, let's see here. There's the laugh. Oh my God, Azealia said. These people, they're really trying to not confuse, like take attention away from the real issue, because the UK people are already hypnotized. They don't want them to see the truth. Okay, I guess they F around and find out. Alright, damn, she wasn't playing. And can anyone deny what she said? Alright, there's that. Oh, there's another one.
You know what? No. Well,
okay.
You know what?
Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright. This one I see Rebekah. What is that about? News UK. Oh, come on. Okay, so this, I think I shared it on my community board. This is a long thread. Alright, let's see here. News UK boss Rebekah Brooks is under fire for her close friend Jeremy Clarkson hate speech on Meghan Markle, but few know that Brooks is also facing allegation of industrial scale phone hacking and destruction of evidence at the High Court. Okay, here are a selection of I guess it's Byline Investigate stories revealing recent allegations made against Brooks. The Sun hacked phone and illegally obtained personal medical data, court told. Alright, many of the new hacking allegations made in court arise between 2003 and 2009 when Rebekah Brooks edited The Sun. Okay, new phone hacking allegation, 13 Murdoch executives named in the frame. Wow, 13. Byline Investigate looks at the 13 news group newspapers power players coming under scrutiny and the new allegation of phone hacking and cover-up. He put a lot of links. Oh, it's different. It's different. These are different articles of the Byline. I think in my community board I put one of them. I think it was the first one. All right, let's see here. I just read that. Allegation of phone hacking cover-ups at the Sun, say court papers. Okay, newspaper are instructed to search databases for evidence it conceals wrongdoing which they deny exists. High Court hacking trial, News UK lie, destroy, conceal evidence. Wow. Rupert Murdoch's British newspaper Supremo Rebekah Brooks has been branded a serial liar and a day of explosive claim at the High Court, Byline can reveal. Alright, there's a link of that as well. Timeline of cover-up, blows by blow, account allegation that Murdoch papers destroy incriminating evidence. Okay, explain. It's the same thing. When they go to other country, they do all sort of stuff. Once they find out what they're doing, destroy evidence. Same pattern. Alright, explain. Unpicking explosive in new court claims of concealment and destruction of criminality by Murdoch's top UK executives. Okay, reluctant, Murdoch's ordered to address cover-up claims and court books implicated by the difference. The High Court has ordered James Murdoch to finally address allegation that he and Rebekah Brooks oversaw a criminal cover-up of phone hacking at the Sun. Okay, hacking case. News International gave wrong Brooks hard drive to hacking police. What the hell? What? It's like a freaking criminal thing going over there. What? Gave wrong Brooks hard drive to hacking police. High Court hears. Rebekah Brooks knew of phone hack. Wow. News UK CEO and Rupert Murdoch British Supremo splash phone hack on front page, according to former staffer Paul McMullen. Exclusive, Murdoch's top newspaper boss Rebekah Brooks tried to keep her own hacking scandal story a secret. Anatomy of a cover-up, breaking down Rebekah Brooks' phone hacking alibis. My God, my God. Let's see here. Don't forget Hillborough disaster of the football match when the Sun printed lies people and Liverpool don't buy the Sun. Alright, let me remind folks of what was involved and before. She has been there before. So, Rupert Murdoch apology to Millie Dollar family was sincere, says lawyer. Alright, so this is that. There she is here. What I'm gonna do, let me bookmark this so I could come back to it, and I'll put the link of each of these that they put here. Alright, so the phone hacking, these are the same group of people Harry is suing, I think, for the phone hacking. So more thing is gonna be revealing. Next tweet. Oh shoot. So there's this here, Peter Hunt. More than 60 MPs have expressed their distaste. According to the media regulator, the Clarkson Meghan column is the most complained about article. Yet the royals remain silent. No palace support for a princess of the United Kingdom. Alright, so I shared that article with you. Is it article? No, the letter that the MPs did. Alright, maybe 2 or 3 videos ago. Alright, Meghan isn't a princess. Oh my God, Peter Hunt, this is what I told you. In one video, there were some people who were saying some stuff about Meghan. Peter Hunt put this. I think that's the birth certificate of Archie. Let's look at it. Alright, Portland Hospital. Was it 209 Great Portland Street, Westminster? Where is the name? Okay. Father, okay, right here. Mother, Rachel Meghan, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. Alright, where is it? There it is here. California, United States of America. Alright, occupation, there it is. Princess of the United Kingdom. Peter Hunt is good. Peter Hunt is good. Oh my goodness, there it is. It deserves a like. Let's see here. Alright, there's this. There's the clap. Okay, not sure why I'm in this thread. I've never questioned if Meghan is a princess. We love Meghan. She's not. Alright, there it is. They just told you the birth certificate. Let's see here. Let me go into that, and then that's it. I'll move to the next one. What other people said. Okay, that's irrelevant. She's a person, a member of their family. What he said is valid. Okay, she had told lie. Oh God, they keep on saying but the royal family is lying right in front of their faces, but they don't see that. Oh my goodness. Okay, she told lies and is carrying on a war against the what war? She's telling her truth. These people need to experience it in order for them to understand it. Okay, why should they care what her behavior leads her to? Baggage for God. Oh my goodness. Okay, I wish you to find peace one day and reject hate. I'm telling you. My God, let's see here. Is this woman a princess? She is white, of course, and British. Meghan has more intelligence, class, and genuine compassion in her pinky than this poor lost soul has in her entire body. Meghan's husband is not cheating on her. Meghan was a well-accomplished woman before she met Harry. Okay, so she's probably responded to somebody else, but let's move on. Okay, but Peter Hunt did a good thing. Put the birth certificate of Archie. I think that's what it was, right? Yeah, child. Okay. Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, male. Alright, mother, princess. Occupation, princess of the United Kingdom. There. Oh my God, Peter Hunt is good. Let's go to the next one. Okay, there's Royal Suitor. Decent people have called out Jeremy Clarkson for his absolutely unhinged thought that should never have made it to print, but the royal family won't be joining them. All right, so there's a Woman Magazine. Royal family has no response to that vicious op-ed. All right, they probably sanctioned it. So that's the thing. That meeting Camilla took the day prior. You never know. Again, baggage for God. Okay, decent people doesn't include royal family. That is true. All right, let's read what's there and then move on. Shameful. They are complicit toward Meghan abuse from the media. They fed the monster. If they condemn what they started, there will be a media tsunami against them, and they know what could be their end. Right? The royal family are not decent people. They are white supremacists. Silence is compliance. And the royal family, when it comes to Harry, son of Charles III, and Meghan, the daughter-in-law of the new king, charity never begins at home. Charles will be footing $2 million security detail annually for Prince Andrew, a man who settled sexual harassment case he denied Prince Harry's. All right, let's go to the next one. They all are baggage for God. Baggage for God, baggage for God. Next week. All right, the royal family, when rumors speculate that Kate has Botox, quote, this is a categorically not true. The royal family never endorsed commercial activity, end quote. The royal family, after Jeremy Clarkson drags Meghan Markle, Kate so has had work, but haven't we all? Kate works done hard. Please don't put hard worker in the same sentence as Kate. Kate works done hard and always has.
Thank you. Nice to see you again. I was just looking at, it's been a while since I last visited. So yeah, definitely when things get back to normal, I'd love to come and say hello to the team and everyone down there as well.
I think it was 2012 that you were last here.
No. It only seems like yesterday, Graham. It shows you how quickly time goes.
She's class. Okay, Meghan is just disruptive. Wow, because she's not following with the same nonsense, unethical behavior. I didn't like my in-laws, so I left. I didn't sell my story. Well, they shouldn't talk about them. They should not be talking about them. Speak for yourself, darling. I haven't even used night cream. All right, let's see. Perhaps because they're behind the Meghan Markle abuse. Because the royal family are in so much deep shit, they need distraction, and then they whole, oh my god, let's just read. All right, it's like asking a murderer to lead you to the body. As long as I live, I'll never stop believing that they had something to do with Diana's death. She forewarned us that it will be a car accident. Okay, I've treated this before. There's one comment in there. Let's see, what did they say here? Okay, well said. All right. I've treated this before, but when there were credible threat to Meghan's life, plus the press lies, Harry put his family first, something his dad never did, and took them to safety. So his dad took away the security despite said threat. Nice dad, granddad, not. Alright, even though she does have Botox, her forehead, the last time I stopped to listen to her, were frozen. Were frozen. They were motionless. They were motionless. They lied to protect Kate, like Harry and Meghan said, that they lied to protect William, but won't tell the truth to protect him and Meghan. When everything comes down, they won't be able to handle all the things that's coming at them. Okay, the gingerbread biscuit and Charles' head on some coins were more worth announcing than defending her with a statement. They all are baggage for God. All right, let's do this one, and then I have one more. Maybe I'll do another video. I see Netflix. All right, this one. I no longer want my country to be part of the Commonwealth with King Charles and Prince William, exemplifying everything we don't want our sons, husband, and brothers to emulate. All right, there's this. Hurry up and abolish the monarchy. Okay, really don't think we need the royal family. They just cost us money, but it'll be a massive task getting all Canada province on board to remove them. Okay, I don't know how the system in Canada works, so it's hard for me to say anything about that. Commonwealth citizens must boycott tourism in UK, most particularly Royal Nation Castle properties, and they must stop buying UK tabloid, both print and online. Okay, call on your leaders, put pressure on them to sever ties with this misogynistic, racist, and vile set of people. Okay, I don't want a monarchy. I'm British. Okay, that's fair. Well, sometimes it needs to be taken at the head of the snake. All right, so there's more comment. I'm moving on. This is my last one for this video. All right, so there's this here. Camilla, the concert is a fraud, and she shouldn't be allowed to open her, was it her jab on this subject ever again. Let's see here. Camilla condemned how society has come to believe violence against women is normal. Baggage for God, because Princess Diana already told us how she is, how she tormented Princess Diana to get to the spot that she's at. Okay, baggage for God. And you, Princess Diana, because they're going after your son, so you have work to do. Sometime we need to call on our our ancestors. Well, Princess Diana is not my ancestors, but Harry's ancestors to do some work like Princess Diana. All right, so there's this. Launch Women of the World's Shameless Festival encouraging activism against sexual violence. Sister place. The Duchess of Cornwall said, quote, "We need to get the men and our lives involved in this movement." That sounds like something Meghan had said. I think Meghan said this. So, not all, but to get men involved and included in some of this. Oh my God, these people. Okay, all Camilla does is with purpose. Thank you. That's what I thought. Okay, all Camilla does is repurpose Princess Meghan's world, get the men involved working behind the scene, getting it as much time as needed without any of Princess Meghan's commitment and impact. Okay, empty word for empty soul. Let's see here. Is that Meghan's quote here? Concert Camilla. Okay, that's that. You could read it. These people are ashamed. Okay. But when Meghan does it, they all crime foul. They demonize her and all of that, and then they come right behind and snoop it up. This is their motto. That's their tactic and their blueprint. Okay, her speech and involvement in women's affair is only for PR. She is a fraud. If she cannot condemn violence against women, let alone if directed toward her husband's daughter-in-law, she agrees with her friend Clarkson's vile, dehumanizing article toward Meghan Markle. Shameful. Okay, definitely not. Okay, I don't believe Camilla loves Charles in the same way Charles loves her. Once Diana was no longer an obstacle, she had no option because everything Charles did to Diana, he did for Camilla. He never became the Princess of Wales. She is the Queen of England. William will bow. Whatever. But they talk about Meghan bringing down the monarchy. It's Jezebel Camilla they need to worry about. Yep, she's the one. All right. Worry about. She's got the power she craved, and Queen Elizabeth II no longer around. She'll be calling the tune. Yep, I believe so too. Yep. Hold up. Okay, hold up. Camilla Queen Concert launched the Women of the World's Shameless Festival, but won't put out a statement condemning her friend from writing that he wants to shame her daughter-in-law by throwing shit at her naked body. Anything to say? Oh, Women Global. What is that? Okay, wow, Women of the World. My goodness. So these are the things that I shared this with you already on one community board, and I mentioned in so many other videos. There's the meeting that was taking place. This is where they had their plan before this guy Jeremy did the article. Okay, she manipulated Charles from the day they met. She got Queen Elizabeth II to change her position on her her being queen. She destroyed Di and is now going after her sons, all with her unholy media alliances. But now there's a Sussex squad. Okay, the way the UK has allowed her to gaslight her way through life is unforgivable. Yep, she's worse than a fraud, but I'll be thrown in Twitter jail if I said what I really thought. But what real action can be taken? It's so frustrating that the charities have barely said anything. Same with race charities. They'll go back to business as usual, and it's all just okay. They'll go back to business as usual, and it's all just be words on Twitter again. I want to see real change. We just have to leave it to God. Baggage for God. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for let there be light. Let's do that. Prayer for let there be light. That's all. People need to see the light. Oh, wow. Okay, Father, please let your light come upon my life today and let all forms of darkness disappear. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen. For Father, please let your light shine upon me and reveal your glory upon my life. In the mighty name of Jesus, amen. All right, let's look for an image. Let's do, oh my God, I don't want a big one. Let's do this one. All right, prayer. Every darkness hovering over my life and family, I decree in the name of Jesus, let there be light in Jesus' name. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.